Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is a glorious day. It looks like maybe war is on the horizon. There's all kinds of glorious stuff going on. I'm kind of jazzed. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the world. Bitcoin definitely took a dump on Ukrainian war possibility news and such like that, but it did not really dump that much. And I want to take a look at that because I think that's got value. And sorry that I'm not exactly focused yet. I'm doing some last minute things as we get ready to start here. I usually like to be already ready and done and started and moving when I hit the go live button, but sometimes I screw that up. So, like I just did. Anyway, guys, welcome home and girls. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Saturday. What day is it? Crap. It's today is Saturday, February 12th, 7:08 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. As always, you may be watching this in many different places. So one spot where everything is sort of put together is BitcoinDailyView.com. Check it out. Got more for you there. Check out the Valentine's Day special on Hemp Paste. Yes, yep, I am a reseller. It's amazing stuff. Get some, you'll like it. An interview with the creators right here. Very, very amazing. Blockchain education. If you're a crypto trader, you're either a crypto trader who is massively successful and is a member of Blockchain Education, or you're not. And then Trade Genius. These guys are pretty badass. Also, the thing about them is they do crypto as a trading group, but also traditional trading. So if you do either or both, then you want to be there. As always, join the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram chat. We are a bunch of shit-talking maniacs, and you will have fun in there. My current mood today is very well stated by Masaki over here at Akeda.com. Shitcoins. I'm happy. You know, I've kind of recently realized, I mean, we all realized, but I had a real illumination that you can't see anything clearly through an attitude of negativity. I think there are those who are going, oh, the market's dumping, and they're kind of sad. And there's some that are like, yeah, I'm going to stack me some more shit coins. Because, well, that's the attitude to have. This guy here sums it up. Oh, yeah, it's time for some sweet shitcoin action. Yeah. And something that makes me happy is this. Watch Boston Mayor Michelle Wu's live stream didn't work out how she hoped. Anyway, she just got, I mean, it has a 1.6 million views. I'll put this over here in the live chat. Anybody wants to see it, I'll stick it over at Bitcoin Daily View Telegram chat also. It's really, I'm not coming from a place of political bias. I don't even know what this lady's affiliation is, but it's Boston. It is an absolute, you know, dark blue utopia, supposedly. And this lady goes on thinking, like, her first expression is like, everybody loves me. And it was just like, and she just got, I mean, hammered. And I feel bad for her. I'm not happy that anybody's suffering, but it goes to show that, like, the psychopathic, ultra narcissistic evil and how they live in this reality bubble. And they think everybody loves them. And then they hop on to reality. And it's like, no, you suck. So anyway, that's a globalist ass kisser getting their ass handed to them by reality. Kind of like the things that are happening in Canada right now. Anyway, with that said, 24-hour price movement indicators, mostly in the red, the market. AMP, for whatever reason, is doing well, up 6%. We'll take a look at that. AMP, interesting. Let's check out AMP. Other than that, everything's kind of in the red, but we do have many coins that are poised to rock, and we'll take a look at that real quick. So looking at the market, let's see what's going on. We all know, and I could go into it, the whole Ukrainian warfare. Definitely got Bitcoin took a hit. The market took a hit. Many things took a hit, but all within reasonable boundaries via TA. And I don't think the dump was that big of a deal. In fact, I think it was a pretty flaccid dump, really. So we'll take a look at that. Let's start right here. We're at 3 billion, just over 3 billion in trading volume across the big exchanges. That's really damn good. I mean, I love seeing 5, 6, 7 billion in trading volume over the last 24 hours. But ultimately, these days and these times, if you can stay above 3 billion, 3 billion, it's a pretty positive day. So rocking. I also like to see when Coinbase is over a billion. So we didn't quite make that so far yet today. But Binance coming in at 1.6 billion, Coinbase coming in at basically 750 billion. I'm sorry, 750 million. Day is young. We haven't hit rock bottom. There was a dump, sure, but the trading volume, even on a weekend, is above 3 billion. Not bad at all. Okay. Looking at spot trading volume on Binance, 14.9 billion, basically down 26% last 24 hours. Coinbase, it's over 3 billion at 3.5 billion, basically down 17%. So Coinbase staying above the 3 billion level that I like to see for spot trading for a good day. Binance taking a big hit. You really want to see about 30 to 50 billion for a good day. Even 30 is good. Even in the 20s will get you by, but definitely crappy spot trading volume on Binance. But overall, still the Bitcoin trading volume explicitly is doing it's within acceptable realm, ranges for a good day. Derivatives on Binance, 55 billion. Really, 50 billion is not that bad. You want to see above 75 billion for a really good day, even though we're down 25%. Still, really, volume's not that great, and it's declined some, but it is weekend, and Bitcoin was a bit flaccid going into this weekend, and with the big, Ukraine wag the dog crap, boom, you can see what's going on. So really, these are not great numbers, but they're pretty darn good. I'm very happy about Bitcoin keeping that $3 billion level for our last 24 hours. So really, we're doing pretty darn good, and I love this site right here. Cryptometer.io, you can see they see it as 3.5 billion in volume. Okay, everyone calculates it a little bit different. They see the volume change is down 9% last 24 hours. Market buy orders down 13%, and sell orders up 2.7%. So anyways, not bad. This is just not bad, really. For scaredy cats, you can see the bulls, the whales, longs versus shorts, basically. One thing I noticed watching this earlier this morning and today, I'm not seeing a lot of huge liquidations. So I'm just going to guess that there's not a lot of big players using leverage right now, which I think definitely means uncertainty. And that is high octane speculation based on pretty weak data sources that I'm looking at here. But still, I have a feeling that the whales are not playing with a lot of leverage because we're not seeing wreckage down here. All right, longs versus shorts sentiment on Binance, 60% long, 39% short. That's a severe long bias, okay? And then for Ethereum on Binance, 61% long, 30% short. So we have a mega bullish long bias for Bitcoin and Ethereum on Binance. So bam, that's pretty glorious. One thing to note, I don't know what the crap is going on today, but looking at gold, it's this is yesterday, huh? So we haven't opened up today yet. So anyway, what happened here on the 11th of February? That was Friday, right? Yeah, that was Friday. Gold really pumped on Friday and broke out of this downtrend. So this is futures. Well, basically, anyway, guys, sorry about that. A little bit of a brain freeze there. That's quite a move that gold made. Let's see if it continues that. I guess we really won't know until the market opens. And silver did too. Interesting stuff. And that was before, I think, the Ukrainian wag the dog stuff. So interesting what's going on. It is often said that when traders are fearful, they go to cash. When they are panicked, terrified, they go to gold. Interesting. Or is the other way around? Anyway, sorry guys, I blew that one. Anyway, interesting. Let's just keep an eye on that. I'm really curious to see how spot trading progresses. All right, PAX G. This of course is Forex, so it's live. One thing I would say is that where I'm looking at here, it cuts off on Friday, but look at PAX G versus BTC. A trade everyone should just be kind of watching. I think it has a lot of value. It really shows gold, Bitcoin, their relationship. So PAX G against Bitcoin. Right now, you can see we are on the move up, and we're challenging that 20 WMA. Interesting stuff. We broke above the 50 moving average yesterday. Interesting. So, gold's getting strong as Bitcoin's kind of getting a little bit weak. They are an absolute, opposite of one another. The charts look like mirror images lately, as if you were looking at it on the water. I need to fire a new one of those up to show people on the daily here. And actually, I'm sorry, this is the 2-hour chart. What I'm watching right here on the 2-hour chart, the big deal is the MACD. I really am watching for, a positive tangent and moving towards across and across on the 2-hour MACD. That I think is pretty darn important. And when we get there, I think we'll be in a different spot, but not really until daily chart is below the 50 moving average and the 20 WMA, but it is still above the 2-hour chart. Geez, sorry. Did I start too early today? Anyway, 2-hour chart is below the 20 WMA and the 50 moving average, but it is above the 200 moving average. So not so bad, but MACD is rather tragic, but it is starting to climb towards the positive. Let's see how it goes. It's weekend. We have a lot of rather crazy news right now. So just be careful. I myself am, I hedged out a little bit into USDC, and I also, believe it or not, I am hedged a little bit into Pax Gold. Because I do think that if Bitcoin continues its flaccidness, a trade against PaxG is really profitable. If it makes money, then I'll lose a little bit, but it's okay. I'll just put that over in Celsius for it's a small hedge. I'll put it over in Celsius for the interest against gold. I'll have a little bit of gold in PaxG. Not a bad idea. Just part of my kind of little bit of hedging into some more stable assets with the global uncertainty that is just firing off right now. Recently, you may have noticed. If you're paying attention. So anyway, looking at the daily chart, you can see we're riding the 50 moving average down. We're trying to hold the 50 moving average today. Let's see how that goes. The tangent of the MACD, it is just slightly negative. Histogram's closing in the right direction. Watch out. You know what I mean? Watch that 2-hour MACD and just realize that its tangent, its attitude usually will be reflected shortly after in the daily. I find, so that we're trying to hold that 50. If we don't, then of course the next spot on the way down is the 20 WMA. So the 50 is really rather an important daily to hold. Right now, we're not really holding it. So just beware. We had a dump and it looks like we're firming up, but just be watchful. Like I say, I'm hedged out a little bit into USDC. I'm hedged out a little bit into PaxG. That could be a loser, but if it's fine. I'll just throw it in my PaxG gold hodl if it doesn't work out positively. Now, looking at Bitcoin, this is a 15-minute chart, but it's covering a lot of time. Okay, I wanted to show that something I've been noticing, and I know I've mentioned it, is that you've got this range that the whales have been playing in. These guys, the whales, they've been playing in this range here. Now, if we look at that, you buy here in the green zone, you sell and it's in the red zone here, and you got this nice swing. You can kind of play, make a few percent one way or the other. You can short it and you can long it, or just long and sell, whatever, however you want to play it. Definitely with the Ukrainian news that we all know of, basically we broke out of this range pretty darn hard. We for a moment tried to hold on to where we do have previous support and resistance in the chart. We did not. And now, even though you almost might call it high octane speculation, we are holding on to this previous support and resistance right here. And this is a 15-minute chart. We're going to look at a 45-minute chart in just a second. But one thing to note about the 15-minute chart is we are not breaking really that badly below the 15-minute chart RSI cave, which is kind of nice. When you break below the RSI cave, that's when you're really kind of, and you're breaking past previous points of support and resistance. That's when things aren't so great, and you might want to be watchful. But right now, we're kind of we're in an acceptable place, if you ask me. And also something I'll fire up right now for fun. Let's fire up the visible range. I mean, our greatest in this little chart here for looking at that. Yeah, maybe we could just play with the range that the whales have been playing with. Let's kind of just play right there. All right. There's always a magnetic attraction to where the greatest trading volume was. So the greatest trading volume was around 43,771. So definitely, in my opinion, when I think that lends to be a magnetic attraction up, just for what it's worth. We all have a lot of indicators we use, and use them at your own, the way you want. You can weight things. I don't put a tremendous amount of weight on that, but I definitely like to look at that. I think it has value. Okay, now let's look at this on a 45-minute chart for a little bit better idea of what's going on. I think there's something I noticed here that plays out really well that I like seeing. So this looks a little bit cleaner, easier to see. So you have this beautiful range that we've been in, and it's a little bit easier to see, I think, here on the 45-minute chart. One thing I want to note is down here. So we have broken below the 200 moving average, of course, the white moving average. But look, here's the 314, the magical moving average on the 45-minute chart, and that comes straight from the blockchain education trading methodology, link to in the show notes. Come join the team for the big win in 2022. Now, you can see here we're kind of consolidating. We're going sideways. That's a nice thing to see. One of the things that gives me a little bit of a see, like I say, I'm hedged out a little bit in the USDC. And if we dump further, maybe I'll hop back in for that ride up when it's a confirmed uptrend. Also, I'm hedged a little bit into PAX-G because just if we go down, I make money. If we go up, I hodl it. Screw it. It's a small trade. With that said, we are staying above the RSI cave. We're not dumping below it. In fact, we're not even really near the bottom of the RSI cave. That's very, very nice. And the 314 moving average, we have wicked down to it. Kind of made a bounce there. We're staying above that. You know, you can kind of see the slightest uptrend here in the chart, I think, right there. So we shall see. Let's see how this rolls. I mean, just be wary today. It is weekend, and we have, you know, the Ukrainian nonsense going on. So, you know, who knows? Also, we have the Canada situation is heating up with that one bridge across the water. Can I find that here? Do I have something to show you? No, I don't. Yeah. Freedom Convoy truckers still on bridge between U.S. and Canada as deadline passes, and a lot of heat, but getting put on them right now. But also, there's a lot of people there. Sorry, I don't have links for you, but it's pretty massive. There's a big ass crowd on that bridge, and they ain't moving. So watch out for that, you know, because that's a bridge between the U.S. and Canada right now. I mean, that situation's only getting more and more crazy. Do not share this photo. This doesn't even make sense. But I've been following this guy. Actually, private keys in my in really the Bitcoin Trading View Telegram chat. He has been posting some of this guy's stuff. He's kind of following what's going on there. But it's in the live chat, and of course, it's already over at the Bitcoin Daily View chat. So anyway, this guy is interesting. He is putting out some good stuff on what's going on there. So if you want to follow what's happening in the Ukraine right now, that's a good thing. And then of course, as far as the Canada one of the things, a place to really follow what's happening over there in Canada quite well is nowhere. Sorry, I thought I had a source. Anyway, this is probably like one of my worst live streams ever. Sorry, I don't have my act together. Oh, here's one about the Ukrainian situation here. Oh, it deleted it. Sorry, it's already gone. It was an image of first image I've come across so far of the explosion that allegedly occurred in Donetsk about 45 minutes ago. That it was in a neighborhood of the airport there. Anyway, sorry, I can't show that image. It kind of disappeared. Anyway, guys, a lot going on there. You know, Twitter is very relevant for this stuff. Watch what's happening in the Ukraine. Watch what's happening with the Canadian truckers. I don't know there's super good sources for that. I'll put this here in the live chat and over at Bitcoin Daily View trading chat, or just Bitcoin Daily View, you know, a bunch of redneck shit talking shit talking chat. This is a Telegram channel I've been following that has some good updates, and also with the Canadian thing here. Also, this site here. I'm gonna put this over in. Sorry that you're not seeing everything that I'm seeing here. I'm gonna put this over in the live chat. This is actually another Telegram channel that actually has been really following what's going on in Canada. So that's over at the live chat, and also over at Bitcoin Daily View Telegram group. I'll put that there. Those are just some ideas of places to keep an eye on what's happening in Canada and the Ukraine. I think that, and please, over in the Bitcoin Daily View trading chat, do stick that over there. If you have any good sources. It's interesting, very, very, very interesting what's going on over there. We need to follow it because it will affect the market for sure. It already has. So anyway, guys, sorry for a too long and disjointed video this morning, but well, I show up, it's live. You just do it. You go for it. What you do is, you ever notice how you never regret what you've done, even if you didn't do it well, but you really regret what you didn't do. So you know what? I show up and I do it, even if I don't get my shit together. I do it. So with that said, a 45-minute chart here for Bitcoin versus USDT. We definitely dumped on the Ukrainian news. We're at a place of previous support and resistance, just barely. We're staying above the 314 moving average. We're above the bottom of the RSI cave. Really, this is looking good. Just be watchful. I think definitely something to watch is the tangent of the daily MACD. If that continues to go towards negative, that's not going to be a good deal at all. That'll definitely kick investor confidence in the ass. Watch this 2-hour MACD it tends to be, it's closing towards the positive right now. Watch this like a hawk. I really think this tangent is pretty much a predictor of what the daily is going to do. So watch this for positive or negative movement. It's a big deal because that's going to affect the market at large. Now, with that said, if we hit the bottom of this RSI cave on the 45-minute chart and do not stay above it, not good. If we get below the 314 moving average or we start to, ride it really hard, just be wary. If you're a hedge outer. Anyway, with that said, Ethereum wrecked below the 200 and 314 moving average, kind of doing what Bitcoin's doing, is staying above the 3-4 the bottom of the RSI cave. Its indicators just they don't look that great. Anyway, big Ethereum versus USDT, not a play right now. But check it out though. This is something to look at. There's always something making money. If you're a shorter, you can always make money. It's not so hard to find it. But if you're a longer in general, which most people are, then XRP versus Tether, check it out. It did dump below the 200 moving average on the news, but it's ranging between the 200 moving average and the 314 moving average on the 45-minute chart, staying above the top of the RSI, staying above the bottom of the RSI cave. Indicators are a little bit of a mix of craziness with all this volatility. But watch XRP versus USDT. This alt has not given it all back. It has not given up. I know that XRP is kind of like a little bit eerie for many people. It's kind of the banker's coin, and it creeps people out. And I understand. I'm gonna go right here, do a fib sequence, and look at this. And what is going on there? It's basically hanging out right here at the .5. That is a total valid place to bounce. It's staying above the 314 moving average. It's not going below the bottom of the RSI cave. I mean, boom, the bottom of the RSI cave is right here on the 618. Watch this one, for the directional index to start to close positive, turn green. Watch the squeeze indicator start to get really happening there. Watch your binary candles to begin to turn green. Watch the KRI to go up. Also, we do have an issue here with the stochastic RSI is definitely over bought right now. If we look at the hourly, that's beginning to turn around. The hourly is best to really to view that. I think it has been going up, but it's been going up a little bit too hard. It needs to cool off a little bit. So if we keep watching this, Wave Translated by Lazy Bear does show we're in a good spot. Anyway, guys, just one to watch. Not everything is giving it all back, and it's times like this where you can see also that have been kicked in the ass that really do begin to go into Lambo mode. Check out SLP versus USDT. This is gloriousness. Yes, we've been in a downtrend, no doubt about that. But check it out. We had a slightly green squeeze indicator. SME binary candles are only just turning red right now. Watch this one because check it out. Even though it took a hit with the volatility, it stayed above the bottom of the RSI cave. It's staying above and not even truly challenging the 200 moving average. Just watch this one. This one could turn around. SLP versus USDT. You can play this on Binance and KuCoin. You got to have one of those. And Polynex, Bybit. Check it out. This coin has not given it all back hardly. It's dumped because the market dumped, but it's staying above that incredibly important 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart, and it's not crashing through the RSI cave. So boom, this one is just waiting to get back into Lambo mode, which it has been in. So here you go. Right now it's getting a little bit weak, probably because either does that mean Bitcoin's pumping? Yeah, it means Bitcoin's dumping. So you know what I mean? We got to figure out what Bitcoin's going to do here. But definitely, if Bitcoin can find stability, the longer it stays sideways, the more you're going to see alts make moves. So right now, this one's like all of them are kind of tied to Bitcoin, but this one's in a very healthy spot, and it could be a hedge for some of that tether you might have or USDC you might have for some nice gains as Bitcoin figures itself out, or maybe you just want to ride it, being Bitcoin. But anyway, guys, just showing. I think it's important that do note that not all alts. I mean, maybe Bitcoin's ass hammered right now and its chart's not looking very good, but ultimately, SLP versus USDT, yeah, it's taking a hit because the market is, but it is still in a very, very powerful place, and this is something that could move fast. So watch this one. I think SLP versus USDT is on my watch list today. SHIB, okay, SHIB versus USDT. And you can play this many places. I think Binance, KuCoin, CoinX, Binance US, and I do believe Coinbase. Yes, Coinbase. So here's the deal. It broke on this recent volatility. It broke below the 200 moving average, of course, but it's above the 314. It didn't give it all back. It's staying above the RSIK. These indicators are a mix of craziness, but still, it's something to watch, and if we were to get a little bit, creative here, because that's what it's about. That's what we do. You do there we go. Look at that. Once again, it's just like XRP. It's hanging out between the 200 and the 314 right there in the .5. That is a spot to move up from. It certainly is. You could even see, the next logical spot for this thing to dump and find traction would be the 618 golden pocket. But if you look, there's XRP. Look at this is glorious. Let's look at these two charts. Here you go. Here's examples of alts that are holding strong. So XRP, it's above the 200. It's below the 200 moving average, but above the 314. It's right in the middle of the RSIK, but it's looking good. It's hanging out there with the .5. Boom, fib. That's a logical, good place to be. And what is SHIB doing? Same thing. So these two are poised to go friggin' crazy. They just are. I can't tell you when Bitcoin finds when the Bitcoin, whatever, sorry, it's early morning. SLP versus USDT, strong chart. It's even better than XRP and SHIB. It's ready to make a strong move. So really, we just need Bitcoin to start moving up, or just continue consolidating sideways. Also, you might see you might definitely see cash back into the market. Of course, the speculative cash runs out when there's the fear of war. If we get some good news that the war hawks are slacking off on the Ukrainian wag the dog nonsense, then you might see these guys outperform. It's all about, can your alt outperform Bitcoin on the move back up, and of course, it's always nice to sometimes when I hedge out a little bit of Bitcoin, I'll hedge back into alts that are outperforming it on the way back up, and then go back to USDC or T, or go back into Bitcoin, whatever. Anyway, guys, hope I'm making some sense this morning. ZEC versus BTC. This one I thought I'd throw out there because I was watching it earlier. It broke, below the 200 and 314 on the news, but also now it's challenging that 314. Its indicators are actually looking, well, they're kind of messed up. But watch this one. I would put ZEC versus BTC on your radar. I'd also put ZEC versus USDT. You can play it on Binance or KuCoin. ZEC versus USDT. It's kind of doing the same thing. Strong looking chart. I know these indicators are, you got your stochastic RSI to show overbought right now. But look at that upwards movement, like ZEC versus USDT, same as ZEC versus BTC. Very likely might start to range here between the 200 and the 314. Just waiting for an opportunity to get back in the game. Anyway, and what was that one coin that was in the green? AMP. Let's check out AMP. On Binance and KuCoin and Bittrex. Cool. So I think everyone can play this. Move that back here. Oh, I love it. Look at that. So here's the deal. Yes, we are in a not the best market this morning, but look at that recent extreme break above the 200 and 314 moving average, getting the blue diamond merit badge, retraced a bit. It took a hit on the news, pumped back up above the 200 and the 314, got another blue diamond merit badge. It's looking strong. Honestly, its chart, I mean, other than possibly being a little bit, overbought right now, which is going to have to consolidate from. This is on my watch list. I really could expect, especially if Bitcoin at least stays sideways, a bounce of that 200 and a continued move up. This chart's really nice. Watch that squeeze indicator for some green candles. The SMU binary candles are all in the blue right now, as in positive. AMP versus Tether. That's a dang good play. Watch this one. You can always make money. It's just about how hard you have to work at finding alts that are going to do it for you, or, if you're going to short Bitcoin, or, if it's not looking so great. And to me, shorting can mean you're shorting with leverage, or it can mean you're just selling, you're hedging out, AMP versus BTC. Dang. It's doing good too. So this is one definitely to watch. I mean, if you see this thing start moving, the directional index is in the right place, ADX is in the right spot. I'd wait for some green binary, green green squeeze indicator. SMU binary candles are already in the right spot. KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI is not really overbought yet. The weighted oscillator looks like it's in a good spot. A lot of volatility today. Just saying, this is an interesting one. I mean, with Bitcoin in such an odd state right now, and it being Saturday, I don't know about. I mean, I'm really hesitant to get into anything. But what I can say for sure is that if I wanted to be a little bit aggressive, I could buy into this thing once I see some a squeeze indicator go green. And I'd put a stop right here below the 200. Right there, right around like 73 sats. So this is a low sat coin. Yeah, it's tricky. It's like 73 sats as a stop, and just friggin', and just hedge in. If this thing starts going up, you might see this thing make a serious run. This is an interesting looking coin right now. Let's look at a little bit more history on it. Oh, look at that. It even burst above its 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Big deal, and it's challenging it right now. That's pretty friggin' wild. So if we look at this is what I love to see. Here you go. This is that golden setup. I love this kind of setup. So if you look at this thing here, 4-hour chart, you can see this thing has been on a downtrend for a while. And look at that aggressive move back above the 200 moving average there on the 4-hour chart, even though it's just kind of a burst. This is one to watch. This is the kind of thing that can really make some serious movement. Of course, you can see it does have these bursts here. So that could be all this thing ends up doing. Things tend to do what they've done. But let's watch. This is an interesting play. I'm really inspired by this coin, this low sat coin, being so strong while Bitcoin is just, blowing it on news. But then again, with that said, I want to just wrap up real quick with this, is that, so far, unless we break below this 314 on the 45-minute chart, I think we're fine, because everything we did makes sense. So we dumped on news. That's fine. We tried to hold, some previous support and resistance in the chart. We could not. And then of course now we are. We tried to hold this previous support and resistance, and we could not. Now we are holding some previous support and resistance. It kind of makes sense. We really are challenging this 314 moving average a little bit more than I would like to see. But that is a place to bounce from. That is a place. And look at that. Look at this perfect wick to it, And we're not below the stochastic RSI cape. Bitcoin's not giving it all back. So what I'm kind of watching today very carefully is exactly this. Oh, see what it's doing right now? Are we gonna make this bounce off the 314 and move back up? And even then, if we do, there's a very good chance we might start this like range between the 314 and the 200. That certainly can happen. But just this is what I'm watching. If we dump below this and get some velocity, especially if we go below the stochastic RSI cave, which we might right now, this thing keeps pushing. Let's look at a 15-minute chart. How's that looking? Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, guys. It's a weekend. Enjoy life, have some fun. We're definitely looking at some crazy stuff right now, and we'll see. And Anyway, guys, this was long enough. Sorry. It probably was definitely not focused enough. Just want to mention that, what else is here? Nope, that does it. Well, here's the deal, guys. Stay positive for real. Like Masaki mentions here over to Kata.com. Shit coins, just like there's so many sweet shit coins right now. Once we see that uptrend coming, there's so many shit coins. They're so tasty. They're so nice. I love them. Shit coins. You can't, without a positive outlook, no matter how crappy shit might be, it's just nothing good happens. With a positive outlook, positive vibes, no matter how shitty things might look, only good things come. So for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit banker cries. The people pushing this Ukrainian bullshit, they don't like the fact that you own Bitcoin. It jacks up their plans. Although Putin's getting kind of sweet on Bitcoin, isn't he? Anyway, guys, take care. Talk to you later.